Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now in this video we are going to see historiography development in the West. इस लेसन के ये 10th स्टैंडर्ड का हिस्ट्री का लेसन है, इसके हम क्वेश्चन आंसर इस वीडियो में देखने जा रहे हैं. लेट्स सी, हम पहले अपने क्वेश्चन आंसर की तरफ जाते हैं, एक्सरसाइज की तरफ जाते हैं. अभी देखिए यहाँ पे है हमारी एक्सरसाइज. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है, चूज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन फ्रॉम द गिवन ऑप्शंस एंड कंप्लीट द स्टेटमेंट. यहाँ पे वो स्टेटमेंट हमें कंप्लीट करना है. अभी देखिए पहला स्टेटमेंट है, इट मे बी सेड दैट डैश डैश वॉज द फाउंडर ऑफ मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियोग्राफी. इसका आंसर होगा वोल्टेयर. इट मे बी सेड दैट वोल्टेयर वॉज द फाउंडर ऑफ मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियोग्राफी. सेकेंड है इसमें, डैश डैश रोट द बुक एंटाइटल्ड आर्कियोलॉजी ऑफ नॉलेज. इसका आंसर होगा माइकल फुके. माइकल फुके रोट द बुक एंटाइटल्ड आर्कियोलॉजी ऑफ नॉलेज. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, आइडेंटिफाई एंड राइट द रॉन्ग पेयर इन द फॉलोइंग सेट. तुम्हारे सामने हमने 4 पेयर रखे, उनमें से रॉन्ग पेयर हमें लिखनी है. तो पहली है जॉर्ज विलियम फ्रेडरिक हेगेल. इन्होंने लिखा रीजन इन हिस्ट्री, ये करेक्ट पेयर है. लियोपार्ड वॉन रैंके, द थियरी एंड प्रैक्टिस ऑफ हिस्ट्री, ये भी करेक्ट पेयर है. हेरोडोटस, उन्होंने लिखा है द हिस्टोरियज, ये भी करेक्ट है. कार्ल मार्क्स, डिस्कोर्स ऑन द मेथड, ये रॉन्ग पेयर है, तो इसलिए मैंने यहां पे टिक कर दिया. अब नेक्स्ट है, एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग कंसेप्ट. नेक्स्ट ये जो कंसेप्ट है ये हमें एक्सप्लेन करनी है. इसके आंसर्स मैंने लिख के दिए. यहां पे देखिए सेकेंड क्वेश्चन का, एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग कंसेप्ट. डायलेक्टिक, आंसर देखिए क्या है. फर्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू हेगल, ग्रास्पिंग द मीनिंग ऑफ एनी इवेंट हैपन इन टर्म्स ऑफ टू डायरेक्ट opposite, human mind cannot understand the true nature है, true nature of that event without understanding the opposite. For example, true false, good bad, etc. In order to understand the true nature of a thing, one needs to know both true and false, similarly good and bad. This method of analysis, which is based on opposite, is known as dialectics. In this method, a theory is proposed at the beginning, which is called thesis. Then another theory is proposed which is contrary to the thesis. It is called antithesis. After a thorough logical discussion of the both, new thesis is proposed which include the gist of both. उसमें सेकेंड हमें कंसेप्ट दी है एनल स्कूल. अभी एनल स्कूल्स के बारे में देखिए. एनल स्कूल वॉज स्टार्टेड एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ 20th century by the French historians in France. An annal school gave a new direction to the history writing. It was recognized now that history is not only about the political events, kings, great leaders, and accordingly political diplomacy and war, but also the school gave a new interpretation to the history writing by acknowledging that history is about the climate, local people, agriculture, trade, technology, means of communication, social divisions, and their collective psychology, and not only about the rulers, kingdoms, dynasties, leaders, or historical events. इसमें थर्ड क्वेश्चन है, एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग विथ इट्स रीजन. थर्ड क्वेश्चन का पहला है, फर्स्ट, historical research was driven to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life. इसका आंसर होगा feminist historiography means the restructuring of the history from the perspective of women. The writing of the Simone de Beauvoir helped in establishing the fundamentals of feminism. She was French. The feminist historiography emphasized not only on the inclusion of women in history but also on the rethinking of the male dominated perspective of history. It drove historical research to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, such as their employment, the role in trade union institution, working for their causes, their family life, etc. In the historical writings after 1990, women were portrayed as the independent social class. Fouquet called method the archaeology of knowledge. अब इसके ऊपर ध्यान दीजिए सब जन. In 20th century, Michel Fouquet, a French historian, brought forth a new concept in historiography. Michel Fouquet argued that the prevailing practice of arranging historical events in a chronological order is not right. He drew attention to the fact that archaeology does not strive to reach the ultimate historical truth, but attempts to explain various transitions in the past. Michel Fouquet felt that explaining the transition in history is more important. He called his method the archaeology of knowledge. Second, he rejected the practice of arranging historical events in chronological order. He explained that archaeology does not intend to reach the ultimate historical truth, but attempts to explain various transitions in the past. Hence, Fouquet called his method, which gave importance to explain the transitions in history, as the archaeology of knowledge. ये उनकी कंसेप्ट थी. नेक्स्ट, नोटेबल स्कॉलर्स इन यूरोप. ये एक क्वेश्चन आप देख लीजिए, इस तरीके का है. नोटेबल स्कॉलर्स इन यूरोप, इस तरीके की डायग्राम हमें कंप्लीट करनी है, तो उसका आंसर ऐसे लिख के दिया मैंने. नोटेबल स्कॉलर्स इन यूरोप, कार्ल मार्क्स, देन रेने देकार्त, वोल्टेयर, लियोपार्ड वॉन रैंके, ये हो गए. नेक्स्ट है फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन. आंसर द फॉलोइंग इन डिटेल. एक्सप्लेन कार्ल मार्क्स क्लास थियरी. कार्ल मार्क्स की क्लास थियरी हमें सीखनी है, तो 4 पार्ट में हमने डिवाइड किया है. हिस्ट्री वॉज नॉट अबाउट एब्स्ट्रैक्ट आइडियाज, इट वॉज अबाउट लिविंग पीपल. सेकेंड, ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप्स आर शेप्ड बाय द फंडामेंटल नीड्स of people and the ownership, as well as the nature of prevalent means of production to meet those needs. Third, the accessibility of these means to different strata of society may not be equal. This inequality causes a division of society into classes, leading to class struggle. Fourth, according to Marx, human history is the history of class struggle, as the class that owns the means of production economically exploit the rest of the class. Thus, Capital, a treatise written by him, is the most referred book all over the world. Next is second question उसमें, What are the 4 characteristics of modern historiography? इसका पहले मैं एक इंट्रोडक्शन देता हूं आपको. The writing of historical narrative after critical examining the historical sources is known as historiography. The 4 important characteristics of modern historiography are as follows. पहला है, the method of modern historiography is based on scientific principles and hence begins with the formation of relevant questions. Second, the questions are anthropocentric, that is, about the deeds of the members of ancient human societies of particular period. Also, history does not deal with any interrelation between the divine and human deeds. Third, these questions are answered with the support of reliable evidence. fourth, a graph of the journey of mankind is presented by history with the help of past human deeds. इसका कंक्लूजन हम लिख सकते हैं, इन दिस वे साइंटिफिक अप्रोच एंड लॉजिकल रीजनिंग कैन बी सीन इन द मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियोग्राफी. थर्ड क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट इज द फेमिनिस्ट हिस्टोरियोग्राफी? The restructuring of the history from the perspective of women is known as feminist historiography. The fundamentals of feminism were established through the writings of French scholar Simone de Beauvoir. Second, it emphasized the inclusion of women in history as well as the rethinking of the male-dominated perspective of history. Third, feminist historiography also lead the historical research to focus in detail on several aspects of women's life, such as their employment, their role in trade union institutions, working for their causes, their family life, etc. Due to this post 1990, women were portrayed as an independent social class in the historical writings. And fourth है, explain Leopold von Ranke's perspective of history. इनका आंसर होगा, Leopold von Ranke published his perspective of history in several articles in his book called The Theory of Practice of History and The Secret of World History. He considers that it is important to collect the information from the original historical sources or documents. The related documents should be handled with great care. He justifies that this method will help to reach the historical truth and supported the critical method of the analysis of the historical research and disapproved with the imaginative ways to form the history. Thus, in the 19th century, his thoughts greatly influenced historiography. Understood? ये क्वेश्चन आंसर थे, इसमें हमने क्वेश्चन आंसर कंप्लीट किए. आई थिंक यू लाइक माय वीडियो. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो.